I hope everybody is doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. If this is your first time stopping on, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Thank you for the support. You're constantly dropping, beautiful vibes towards me, and just sending me emails and text messages is truly appreciated. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are uplifting, insightful, just gives you a good uplift that you would, I say uplift already. Well, if it just gives you good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through some trying times and needs spiritual guidance or just needing confirmation, validation towards life path, or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It is greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the channel I'm using today, Jason Stevenson, I love his channel. You've been with me for a while. You probably hear me say his channel a lot because he really does have some really good meditation music. The title of the video for the meditation I'm using in the background is called "Remove Negative Blocks: Healing Music Vibes, Transformation of and Miracles, Piano Music with Harp." And I will go ahead and post his link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing is Twin Flame 101, Heyokas, finding finding your whole in your authentic self through the beauty of your passion of purpose. There's a lot of times you can't be one. There's some of us that don't have our lives panned out for like 10, 15 years from now. We all had to go through our life experiences where we felt like something was missing. There's something a part of ourselves that really has not been fulfilled yet, and you're just really trying to search for that, just to be able to say, this is my thing. This is something I want to do. I'm very passionate about it. Because I remember I've done so many different jobs in my life. Medical billing, coding, working with children that are troubled, at those psychiatric, children's homes, and uh, worked in so many other, I can't remember half places I worked at, but so many different things in my life where I felt like, oh, this is my thing. And then it was just like after a couple of months, like, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here, because you're always excited when you're stomping on new ground, and and just saying, this is something I can put under my belt. And it's like it allowed me, when you go through different experiences, you had to go through a lot of experiences through your life, ups, downs, tragedies, mishaps, just some straight crazy stuff in your life, especially if you're a Heyoka. You probably a daredevil about now because we've been going through some crazy stuff. There's some of y'all I done connected with y'all, and we can exchange war experiences. And I'm like, God, dog, you're a trooper, But it was just like I did not know what I wanted to do with my life, But I always knew since I was like 4 or 5 years old that I always wanted to be able to help the world. Being able to. I always used to tell my mom, when I was little, I want everybody to love everybody. I want to be able to help people love each other, be able to understand each other. My mom was like, this little child been here before, because in the way she's speaking, I was like an old soul. She always used to say that. And it was all, I was always like that. I couldn't stand to hear it when people cry, interact with so many different people. Even, when I used to talk to my biological dad over on the phone, he was like, oh, you talk so grown. I said, well, I'm sorry, mom told me, I'm like an old soul, and bust out laughing. He'd be like, well, yeah, that explains it. But, it was just so many different things that I wanted to do in my life. And I used to, my mom was like, how are you going to do this? I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but mom, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it in a very big way. And it was just like so many different people that were woke that, before I even knew what I was about, you know, um, People always used to tell me, you're going to do something big in your life. You're going to help so many people. You always had this kind heart that people feel comfortable with speaking to you. You never judge anybody. I'm like, I'm not God. Who am I going to judge? I mean, if you ask me my opinion, I'm going to give it to you. But, I don't judge anybody. If you ask me something, I say, well, if I've never been through this, I can honestly say, hey, I don't know. I've never been through this. Just like I tell y'all, hey, if you want me to discuss something on a certain topic, I'll go ahead and do that. There are certain things that I can keep it real. I'm like, hey, I've never been through this, but let me, I love being able to do research. I've always been like that. Being able to expand your mind. That's the whole thing about enlightenment. You can learn stuff every day. You're learning more every day. You're like, I always call myself as a teacher and a student at the same time, because I'm learning new stuff every day. Y'all share a whole lot of different things with me. You share with me your views of experience that you go through, and you're really trying to find yourself. Where do you fit in? Because it's not like we fit in to this world because we're creating something new. And it had to be for that example of all the things that you have gone through in life, because there's so many people out here that want to be, reflect and project victim, you know for things, even though you may have been a victim with things. It's all about how you seen yourself after you have gone through certain things like that. And it's like with me, going through something very tragic, it took me out. I didn't even realize, because a lot of times you can go be a victim and not, project that out and not see yourself as that. And that's what I did from the beginning. I seen that, and it took every day, to not allow myself to see myself as a victim. I felt like I was, it was portrayed for me to be a tragedy, a walking tragedy. And I used to feel like I was a walking tragedy, especially after everything that I found out in my life. But I said, it took me a long time to have to understand there's something very powerful about the things you have gone through. You see what you're doing. You're trying to allow yourself to become more open, more transparent, being honest about your stuff, never resenting anything, never hold shame on things you're doing, because these are the things that taught you so much to help you grow. I always tell people, don't ever, we have all did things that we are ashamed of. It's like it can be, because throughout these last few months, I can promise you, there's so many things I forgot about I did in life. I was like, oh God, no, I did not just do that. I can't believe I did it. And I will catch myself being embarrassed about it, even though I don't even talk to these people no more. I'm not even in the same state, but I still held that. But it was just like, where I'm going, you cannot be shamed, because there's too many people out here that become famous at times. And they, sometimes they try to cover up stuff because they feel like, oh, okay, I'm famous, I don't want people to find this out. Trust and believe, when people want to find stuff on you, they're going to find you. Also, I talk about my own self. You are not about to get paid for my daggone misery on stuff that I messed up on, because I'm already telling on my own self. So there ain't nothing you're going to be able to do. I always tell people, yeah, I went to jail for shoplifting back in the day. I did what I had to do for my kids. Even my kids were like, Mom, I wouldn't tell nobody that. I said, no, I did that. I don't have no problem with owning that to my part. You know what I'm saying? I own up to everything, you know. And it's just like, I did what I had to do for my kids. I used to dance for a while. That was kind of, embarrassing, but I don't shoot nobody else's down that does that. I'm just seeing it on me. But then it was just like, I did what I had to do for my children. I never prostituted or anything like that, but I hustled. I worked my butt off to make sure my kids were okay. I was very young having my children. And it was like, when you open yourself up, we've all did things in our lives, that is not, the best things that we did, but there are also those things that you can also learn from and take something from it. A lot of times we feel like, I wish I never been in this toxic relationship, because it really broke me down. It really made me feel like all men are just the same, or all women are just the same, or anybody who comes in my life is trying to hurt me and stuff like that. But you have to really allow yourself to see the deeper situation, see it in a different way. It's like, even though you really went through something very tragic, you had to be able to experience that. So if somebody else came along, you know what to look for. It's like, allow yourself to love, but allow yourself to make better choices when when you're out in that dating field. A lot of times with me being young, I used to just, oh, they're so dreamy, they're speaking a good game. And it could be really a game. If you never really know what you want in a relationship, you willing to, they're like, oh, okay, so I gotta work hard with this one. They don't even know what they want. So I can go ahead and play this one for a fiddle. And now it's just like, I'm on my terms on working with my life. My life is already complicated. I want to make sure if I'm dating somebody or if I see something serious in somebody, are they with me because of me? Are they with me because of who I'm related to? I want to be able to do that. So for all that confusion that's going on, I said, let me just allow myself to just work on me. That relationship comes in later. You want to be able to make sure you're healed in all aspects of your life before you enter somebody else's with baggage. You can sit up here and say, hey, I went through a lot of things that, it made me turn my eyes to, made me look at life a whole different way. But I can also appreciate it. A lot of times we can go through stuff and it makes you put up walls. It really can. And I always used to say, if I know my family could do the things that they did to me, what I went through, you think I'm about to trust a stranger with my life? Oh no. I'm like, oh no. It was like people I trusted dearly was quick to turn their back on me in a minute. So it made me allow myself to really, you know, really step back and not really let people in my life. But then I had to allow myself to loosen up the reins a little bit. And these experiences showed me what my purpose is. It showed me what I was passionate about, what I can truly understand about myself. And a lot of times we're going through this journey, a spiritual awakening, which it totally is. It's awakening a part of you that you didn't know about, that needed to be discovered, rediscovered again, remind you of who you are, what you came here for, what you plan to do, how you're about to do it. Through that purpose, you had to go through something that made you feel like, I'm passionate about this. There's a lot of people that are empaths that are, they're doctors, they're therapists, they're artists, they're poets, all these different things, because we're showing our different views of what we're passionate about, where it can, take along somebody else to make them look at their life in a different way. We all go through different things in our life, and a lot of times it takes some time to be able to understand where my life is. Like a lot of times when I couldn't hold down a job, I was constantly getting into it with people, and it's just like not really knowing. You're a Heyoka, you give those vibes that triggers people. You got a trigger, I guarantee you. Whatever is triggering you when it comes to a person, I guarantee you is triggering them more often it is for you. Because it's like you're mirroring stuff out, but it's also reminding you of things you maybe need to look for in yourself. It's allowing you to open up. It's like opening up all wounds that, okay, that are really needing some nurture. If you got like a bad cut or something like that and it's starting to get, kind of nasty, you have to allow yourself to, wash it out, put ointment on it, make sure you're taking a lot of care. That's what you're doing with all your wounds that you have gone through. We got a lot of battle scars, but when you allow your scars, don't ever be ashamed of those, because you're showing other people, yes, I got these scars. Yes, but I'm compassionate about these scars. These scars don't show me how much I went through, how I surpassed it, and how I can conquer that, and just allow myself to keep learning from these things, just like you can do it too. We're all going through different things. It's like there's a lot of y'all that talk to me about the things that you're going through, and it really breaks my heart, because it's like I really wish I can just take all that pain away and say it's going to be okay. But that is that, me being able to share my experience allows you to do that for yourself. It's like you're always going to go through something. Life always, is going to throw you, a short end of the stick. And a lot of times you see that more than you do happiness at times. But that makes you know, it's like when you're getting all these throwbacks, you're getting all these L's, is preparing you for something, like something totally bigger than you ever imagined, just because of the fact is your happiness was cut short, just because it felt like, I'm under punishment. I'm really trying to be compassionate about something. But it's like down that road of you going through so many different, headaches, heartaches, pain, whatever you're going through, but it's allowing you to find your strength through all those painful, experiences you had in your life. It allowed you to broaden your horizon on wisdom that you know about your surroundings, about yourself, about other people. Whatever your weaknesses is, it's about to align with your strength. And those weaknesses a lot of times outsmarts the strength that you already had. And that makes you, indestructible, and it makes you very dangerous, because the fact is it's dangerous in a good way, but for the enemy, that's some scary stuff. Because when you allow yourself to not be triggered by emotion, no matter if that certain person comes to the room or a certain situation comes up, it's allowing you to say, okay, I'm gonna just have to, you know I'm gonna just have to deal with it the best way I can, you know. And at times it's hard to do that. That's the reason why we constantly go through a lot of things. Because if we're resisting change, that resistance is going to show up in so many different places. And I have to tell myself that a lot. I have to tell myself that a lot. You know, it's just like I tell people, you know, I try to be positive as positive know how. But there's going to be some days that I've been cut short and be ready to cuss everything out. And that's why when I step back and like, girl, call yourself out on your own stuff. Don't pull that out in no video, you know, unless they assist me like Roslynn, they need to see your vulnerable side. And there's a lot of times y'all see that part of me, and they wanted me to be able to show that. Me, I just don't like stuff like that, but I have to be transparent. You know, I want you to be able to see me at my good times, but I also want you to see me at my bad times at the same time. But being able to tell myself, yeah, I'm going through this right now, but it don't mean it's going to be always like this. You know, it's helping me grow. It's going to turn out in my favor. You know, there's a lot of things that may seem like it's not fair to me, but it's going to come out better than I ever expected it, just because the fact is I didn't give up on myself. I didn't give up on my passion, you know. And it's just like these done guided me to so many different things. I didn't know how I even had these things stored in myself. And it's like when you tell somebody, do you even know who you are? It makes me think about that song by Beyonce at the beginning where you hear like Rafiki talking. It's like you don't even know who you are. It's like even a nobody is a somebody. You can't, you have to be able to know yourself. You can't tell somebody else about their stuff unless you know something about yourself. You know, you're learning about yourself every day. You know what your triggers are. You know what your weak points are. You know the things that, you know, you go all out for. You know the ones that you're timid about. You know, they always tell you go for the things that scare you, because those are the things that's it's going to bring out some big surprises for you. And it's just like all you have to do is just keep moving. You know, allow yourself to walk this walk, talk this talk, but allow yourself to understand all the things that are unfolding in front of you from those L's that you took, or for those leaps of faith that you took, for those times you just went and risked it, risked, you know what I'm trying to say, risk. I don't know why I put a T at the end of that, but you know, risk everything for when they told you, hey, just take that chance. And when you take that chance and they're telling you, hey, go for it, go for all you know, and it comes out better than you ever thought it was, and then you'll be glad that you know, allowed yourself to move on those instincts. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video. I want to go ahead and give a post notification shout out to Destiny, Project Delta, as well as Miss Sheila Jack and Lee for Finwick. Much love to you, and my standard. Much love to you as well. If you are not subscribed, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl's about to upload her next video. Share, tell somebody about it. Um, Make sure you hit the bell so you know when I'm about to upload. I already said that again. Y'all, please don't mind me. I hold all my information, my contact information in the description box below if in case you want to get in touch with me. A lot of people, Rosa, how can I get in touch with you? Look at the stuff at the end. At the end of the video. My daughter's calling, so I will talk to y'all later. Much love to you. Peace. Be well. Lord, what did she want? What did she want?